Thomas Massie is a savage.
Well, he got tired of me winning, so he joined our side. I have no animosity toward him. I regret that it got personal for some folks, but it never has for me. It's always been about the survivors.
What do you think of this reversal? I mean, after months of fighting you.
Well, the Speaker, the Attorney General, the FBI Director, the President, and the Vice President could have saved us all this time and embarrassment, frankly, for our own party if they'd just done the right thing 4 months ago.
Do you believe him, Congressman? I mean, for weeks he's been pushing against this. Now he said he supports it. Do you buy it?
He's only supporting it because the President told him to support it.
No,
that's what Mike Johnson does.
No, I'm talking about, do you buy President Trump saying that he wants the House to pass this resolution?
Well, I'm concerned that now he's opening a flurry of investigations, and I believe they may be trying to use those investigations as a predicate.
Investigation in what? Because there's nothing to investigate. If we all remember, that's what we heard, right? It's nothing to investigate. So what investigations are they somehow doing now?
For not releasing the files. That's my concern.
You think they'll try to block it?
Well, they will. I'm afraid they're going to try to use a provision of the law that allows you not to release these materials if they're subject of an ongoing investigation and would harm, and the release of which would harm the ongoing investigation.
So what do you think this is all about for President Trump? First he was blocking this, pushing Republicans to block this for so long. Now he's reversing course, and he has the power to release the full files anyway.
Well, it's pretty simple. For 4 months, he thought the best thing for him was to keep the files secret, and somebody convinced him that the best thing for him was to release the files. And if they're serious about it, they should release them right now. It's that simple.
Why do you think he is working so hard not to get them released for so many months? What do you think the real reason is?
These files implicate billionaires and friends of him, of his, and political donors that he's trying to protect. And Epstein also had close ties to our own intelligence agencies and Israel's intelligence agencies. That's why there's so much effort in trying to stop this. And I do believe they'll try to stop it somewhere else.
That's insane. The fact that we have to go through all of this just to get some type of justice for the people, that means they will rather protect the PDF files, all of these pedos, than the people. Forget the people, forget us, the children. They would rather do that than protect the children. What kind of people do you think you have there? And it's not Trump, it's not Biden, it has nothing to do with them. It's the real power that's on top of them. They're protecting these people, not because, I shook hands with these people and they're just friends. It's deeper than that. They know if they go against it, it's going to be a real problem. So we need to figure out who is going to cause them that real problem. And the fact that Epstein had ties to all these intelligence agencies tells you more than what you need to know. These people are coming. And the fact that people are just talking about release the Epstein files. Let's just say they released all the Epstein files. Let's say they just threw it all out there. Now what? That's what people forget. People just want to be outraged. Like, I want to just see it so I know what's going on. But then nothing. If you really want to make a change, we need to change something. We need to be able to say, like, it shouldn't be no more lobbyists. We need to make a law that if things of this nature where they have, if the DOJ or whoever, the Attorney General, paying bondi, because that was a whole shit show. If anybody is covering something that's going against whatever the American people interest is, especially the children, they should be jailed. Not all fired, you should resign. That's not enough. That's not a big enough punishment. And then the system and the machine still go. If the public finds out that you are hiding or trying to protect somebody that's supposed to be in jail, you should be able to go to jail. Everybody that's affiliated with that in those positions of power should be able to go to jail for the rest of their lives. That would change some shit. These people do these things because it's no punishment but scrutiny from the public. And the only reason why Trump and all of them are scrambling right now is because their party wants to win the next election. They really don't care. But they know if they fail on this one and whatever's going on now, they might forfeit the next election. And then the other side gets to play. But the people that control everything own both sides. So it really don't matter to them. But if they can do damage control and not release all their peoples, their buddies, all these billionaires and all these intelligence agencies, that's what they prefer to do. We need, as a unit, to say, you know what? I don't want to give my time, my effort, my money to the government if they're going to be protecting the people that's hurting us. If they do that, they all need to go to jail. I think the public does a way better job. That's what the system we're moving into. The public does a way better job at getting things done than these people that we put in office. It's stupid. I honestly believe instead of, oh, we have detectives in this murder case and that, I honestly believe if you gave all the information to the public, just like Candace Owens did, and you asked the public would solve that crime way faster than you ever could. That should be solved within a week. We ain't got to go through all of this. We have all the evidence. We have all the people. We'll find who's snitching. We'll find everything. The public would do all its due diligence on its own, because you have everybody that's going to dig into people's lives. If the public can dig into all of these people's lives that have protection with the powerful people that they're around, what do you think they could do to a regular person? You're done, buddy. We'll find out. So these people need to go to jail. And if they're not going to jail, then what's the point?
And that's going to backfire on them too.
So the president's saying he'll sign it. You don't buy that?
No, I think he'll sign it. I want to be there at the signing party.
Think he'll be invited?
I've never seen somebody not get invited to sign their own bill.
But what about just the personal nature of this? I mean, again, he goes after you, your wife, calls Marjorie Taylor Greene a traitor.
Let's be clear, he went after my late wife and my current wife.
What do you think about that?
That's crazy.
I think it's a new low for him. But again, we laughed it off. It's more to his detriment than mine that he, put something like that out. But I think it was beyond the pale. And if that's what it took.
Wait, what did he say about his wife? If you know what he said about his wife, just drop that in the comments. Just let me know, because that's a rabbit hole I want to go down. If you know what whoever said about his wife, I think he's talking about Trump. Whoever said something about his wife.
For him to go that far to realize he needs to support this instead of opposing it, then that's okay. And by the way, my wife has laughed about it. She did tell me to invite Trump to the wedding, and I didn't. So she blames me for him getting mad.
Are you optimistic this will pass tomorrow?
Yeah, I think it's going to pass. I think it's going to pass with a veto-proof majority.
Do you think the speaker will support it?
Mike Johnson?
I think begrudgingly he has to at this point.
Congressman, you obviously had your differences with President Trump in the past, but Congressman Greene was one of his closest allies, one of his strongest supporters. What do you make of the fact that over the Epstein files it prompted such a public and searing breakup?
Well, Marjorie represents the base. I mean, she represents what we campaigned on, more so than me, even the populist movement that, brought Trump into the White House. And when he told his supporters that they're no longer his supporters if they still want the Epstein files released, he lost a lot of supporters, but Marjorie didn't. And she's in favor of finding justice for these survivors. And so she won the argument.
Marjorie had to step down. That's how you know these people are in power. And it's deeper than just who's right and who's wrong. She had to step down because he said that he was going to fund whoever goes behind her and wants to go against her. He's going to give that person their full support, which means she had no chance, which again proves the fact that lobbying and people behind you is the reason why people win. But those people have special interests. So if the person that was going against Marjorie Taylor Greene, anybody that goes against her would have to do whatever Trump wants them to do, or whoever lobbied with her or helped her win the election. They would have to, because if they don't do that, then they'll be in the same position as Marjorie Taylor Greene. So now if we take that same logic when it comes to lobbyists and people that have special interests and fund these campaigns and help people get into office, that same logic would track when it comes to Trump. He's in office. He took a whole bunch of people money and they put him in a position of power. That tells you a lot right there, that he's doing something that's in the special interest. He's using the same playbook that they used on him. And the problem is that these people get to lobby and these people get to determine who is in our seats, because if they could put more money behind them and more power behind them, they end up being elected. So does your vote really count? Like, really?
Do you think that President Trump has lost his touch on the MAGA base? Has lost his understanding of the MAGA base?
I think on aspects of fiscal responsibility, on aspects of starting wars overseas and getting into regime change, and on this case of releasing the Epstein files, I think he has strayed away from the things that he campaigned on.
100%. And the crazy part about that is, which I did not know, that they were saying that, Iran and all these have nuclear weapons, that if Iran had nuclear weapons, the nuclear weapons are only a threat to the people that are around them, the people in the Middle East. That has nothing to do with America. Like their nuclear weapons don't reach over here. And honestly, I don't think they're that pressed on the United States that want to do that. That'll be stupid. But they don't even want to. So not only is their nuclear weapons not a threat to us as in America, because it would never reach here, that proves the point that when we go over there and we're talking about all their nuclear, it ain't for us. It can't be. It's for someone else.